Resident Alien, Season 2, Episode 2. We're jumping into the fray of it now. What is happening? Well, it looks like Harry's race of evil little alien people are about to come to Earth and destroy it. Ambiguous on destroy. Who knows what that really means? But we do hear in this episode, it's weeks away. Guess what? These episodes drop weekly. Guess what? That means we kind of know what's coming for the finale. Hey, I'm not complaining. We're getting a fun ride along the way of some really cool characters. And I love it. I will never cease to be amazed by what this show has done. It has taken some pretty basic concepts and turned it into something so enjoyable. It is so campy, so serious, so silly. Everything it's trying to do, it's succeeding at. And I think that's a really fun style. So like with every episode, Harry is narrating. And this time it starts with him having a nightmare. So he sees this interpretation of patience when everything is destroyed. And he feels bad. He's like, no, I don't want to do this. I kind of like people. I'm starting to become human, you know? I especially don't want to kill Asta. I really like Asta. I don't want to kill her. So what's he going to do? How is he going to rectify this action that he's having? Simple. He's going to take one of his space balls and he's going to shove it into the ground. He digs a big old hole in the ground and he makes a bunker. And what's this bunker for? Well, when the aliens come to destroy Earth, he's going to keep Asta safe. They're just going to live in a bunker. He's going to find her the perfect toilet. He's going to find... But until then, until he finds the perfect toilet, there's a bucket that's unisex that they can both use. He's also going to get a cow, but a cow won't fit in the hole. So he's going to get a baby cow and raise it. It's great. Again, I don't know if I should go into every single joke with this show, just because it's so funny, and it's so engaging and cool. I love the way Alan Tudyk's just playing this stuff, and the narration stuff is fantastic. But surprisingly, Harry is not really the main focus of this episode. The main focus kind of rests on the sheriff and deputy. Mike and Liv get a lot to do in this episode, because they are following this investigation. Kind of towards the end of the first season, and in the last episode, you saw that Liv was starting to think that Harry did something. Of course, they don't know that he's an alien, and that the actual Harry is dead. Basically, what they are thinking is, well, Harry obviously killed the previous doctor, right? That's what they're thinking. Probably, right? We get it. We know what actually happened, so yeah, it works. It's an interesting take, and I think this really plays into what a good theme for the show is. This is your X-Files thing. It's just like a silly Mulder and Scully trying to solve a space case, and it's really fun. I love it. Their chemistry is great. You know, it just leads into some great stuff where they're trying to spy on everyone at the diner, and you see that Liv's just narrating and seeing like, oh, he can't obviously be saying that. It's stupid. Why would he want to know what kind of toilet Asta would prefer to poop in? It's funny stuff, and then it leads to a great scene, a fantastic scene, where Harry has to go play poker with the boys. And you know, it's not just the boys because Darcy's there and Ella's there. It's just a really fun scene. And it's working really well. Again, Alan Tudyk, he just knows how to play this. And it's just perfect chemistry with everybody in the room when he's at that poker table. You just feel like this intensity flaring. He's like, I'm good at this. I know how to lie. I just watched YouTube. I get it. I can win this game. But he loses and he breaks an ancient poker table. And I love it. And I adore the mayor. Like, Ben is probably just like the unsung hero of this show because he's just the punching bag. They're not even like the punching bag, just like the sad clown where he's like trying so hard and everything around him just sucks. So his kind of arc in this episode is he's trying to get patients back on the map. There's like a slander like commercial talking about like a neighboring city called Jessup. It's like, hey, we don't have dead bodies. The only time people go missing in our town is when they're in our corn maze. And it's just so funny to see him like struggle to make Patience look like a good place. He's like, I'm going to make a commercial. It's going to be great. And everyone's going to want to come to Patience. It's fun. And it also leads into some great chemistry with him and Darcy. Again, Darcy's a great character. I really do like the way she's interpreted. I'm liking the red hair. I think it's a fun choice because last episode it was like the blonde with like the blue tint. I wonder if they're going to do a different color hair every episode or if it's going to stick with this red, but the red looks cool. I really do like it. The previous season, they kind of kissed. They dated in high school. They had a kissing moment. He's married. He freaks out and overreacts, and she's just teasing him about it when they're at the hospital at the beginning, when they're at the poker game. It's cute and it's funny. Do I think they're going to end up together? Absolutely not. Of course not. He's going to be with Kate because him and Kate are having fun. Once again, he's asking the doctor, how long can you choke someone during sex before they pass out? Doesn't answer. So anybody who's actually interested in that answer, you're not going to get it on this show. I will say, though, probably find it online. You should probably just ask your partner how hard you're going. So just practice safe foreplay. Just be safe. Whatever, you guys get it. Actually, maybe not. People watching this might not be having fun with people in that regard. Whatever. What a tangent that was. But let's just get back on track here, right? So the deputy and the sheriff, they're still investigating things going on with Harry here. The hospital he worked at in New York, things weren't good. He had kind of like a weird action going on. He did something wrong. He took some medicine, perhaps, and maybe he got discharged from that hospital. So now they're going to go try to find some information. There's a nice bit where they're talking to a realtor because the realtor was trying to sell that cabin. It's a funny bit. Does some good stuff. I just really like this scene where they're in the car after, and the sheriff's like, yeah, I got like $90K saved up for a rainy day, and never know what's going to happen. And deputy's like, I can't afford to get the $65 to fix my car. It's funny, and it works really well. I love that relationship. These characters can be really one note. They kind of are, but the way that they play off each other, it works really well, and it's honestly very fun. I like that a lot. Again, Asta kind of has a little bit to do in this episode, not as much as some of the previous ones. There is kind of this side story where she wants to have a more interesting relationship with Jay, and Jay's, mother, Asta's her biological mother, but, Jay's adopted mother. It's like, I don't think you should do that. I think you should let her come to you, and you shouldn't be pressuring her to see you. It's a good storyline. I think that works really well, especially for this show. It was a nice moment to see. I really like that. Again, that's a really interesting side story. I wasn't expecting to get a lot of screen time last season, and it got a bit. And I'm glad they're referencing it here. Like last episode, they didn't really bring it up, but there's some nice moments where even Darcy's like, if you told me, I would have come to help you with all this, but Darcy was away in Europe training. I get it, and it's really fun, and it just makes for some great stuff. So I think we're going to see more of that storyline going forward. If it kind of becomes like a side piece, I understand that completely because it's not like the main focus here, and it's okay. I think it's a cool story. I'm excited to see where it goes. Not the priority here. What is the priority is that Max has some chest hair, and he wakes up the next day, and guess what? He's got a full-on beard. So what's going on with Max? Is it something with the time dilation in space? Is it something with the ship? No, he has one of the balls that Harry needs for a ship. It's changing his appearance. It's a funny scene where they try to shave him, and he don't want the mom to see. It works, and it's really cute. It's just a nice, calm moment. And there is an overlying theme, kind of like with the narration at the beginning with Harry, and he's talking about everything. The theme of this episode is you have to have friends, which I get it. Harry only kind of has Asta, and her dad's like, you got to get a guy some friends because you are the sole reason we could all like perish on Earth if you don't stop him from doing something stupid. That's where we go to the poker game. Doesn't really work, so then we kind of get like an end scene where Asta's trying to talk to Harry. She finds the bunker. She freaks out. She's like, I'm not living with you in a bunker for a year. That's weird. Look at everybody else in the world that I love and I cherish. Why would we abandon them? Why would I abandon them? Harry's like, who gives a shit about them? Like, you're the only one that's kind of cool, man. Get in the bunker. We're going to be fine. And it goes into a really fun scene where Asta's like, if you really feel that way and you're fine with me dying, whatever, I will kill myself right now. So she takes a toaster into the bathroom. She gonna kill herself? Of course she doesn't. It's not that kind of show. Just showing that Harry does love her. And it's a nice scene. It's a really funny, it's played up for jokes, and it works well. It's like an intense drama where you're just like, okay, that's kind of scary, but it's still kind of funny because he's overreacting in every scene. Nothing bad happens. He's like, if you get out of the tub, don't slip. And it's cute. Shows their relationship. It's a nice blossoming moment for those two. I enjoy it. Harry has been fun. Alan Tudyk's been fun to watch. The way he plays off of everybody is incredibly fun to watch. But that's not really the end of the episode. You're like, okay, you could end it here, but we kind of got an end capper where the deputy and the sheriff come back and they want to go talk to Harry because now they think they cracked the case. So they're going to go try to figure this out, right? They're going to go to this house and figure it out. What's going on here? What happens when they walk in? Asta answers the door. They find the medicine like underneath the floor cracks because when he built the bunker, it shook the house. Like, okay, where's Harry? We're going to find him. They run to the basement. Who's there? Asta, because Harry used his like weird shape-shifting, whatever, like what I don't know what you call it, what device it is, transformative machine. He turns from Asta back to Harry. He duped them. What's really going on? Who's to say? I wonder if they're going to play it up that now the sheriff and the deputy are going to know that Harry's an alien, or they're going to chalk it up to some misunderstanding of something. I'd be okay with it if they figured it out, and maybe that changes their entire mission this season, but I won't be against it either. It's kind of fun. It was a cute little moment to see that. I'm like, oh, that's a badass way to end this episode. I like that. So it's kind of fun. This season is looking to be very interesting. I don't know if it's as strong as the first season as of yet. It could be getting there. I laughed a lot. I enjoyed it. One of my favorite subplots is just like this idea now that Patience is like the murder place and everybody wants to come here. Like, you know how like there's like a big thing that happens in like a small town and suddenly everybody flocks there like, oh, this is where that guy got, this is where the doctor got killed and the other doctor went missing. What's going on? Well, there's murder tours going on here. Kids from California want to come out and hang out at the murder town. Patience is becoming Murder City, baby. And it's pretty fun. This season, I hope it's good. This episode, it was really funny. A lot of great moments. Just kind of setting up the story going forward. I do think we're going to end this season on like the note, here come the aliens, whoop-de-doo, here they're coming. Still no sign of Linda Hamilton, which, okay, where is that going to go? I'm very curious to see how that's going to play up, but we'll have to wait and see. But everything in this episode, really fun, really engaging. I love the idea, Harry, you have to make friends. Go play poker. You freak out when you lose. People might be suspicious if this wasn't an old table. It's funny. It works, and it's good stuff. And this episode of Resident Alien, pretty damn good. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.